Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopefully elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Another back to the basic lessons about endurance, man. Being aware of how intense this journey of ours can be. It's just something that we have to remember, man, about endurance. Realizing the fact that we can't have everything that we want immediately. Now, when we get in His kingdom, and that's why we're fighting to get in His kingdom, that won't be an issue. But right now, man, we see the signs of the times, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll be saved tomorrow per se. There's still other events, prophecy that needs to take place, man. And until it takes place, we got to continue to push, and that's can be very difficult in relation to our captivity. To try to, especially as men, give it all we got in all things, taking care of our families. Well, first and foremost, serving the Lord, all right, at a certain standard that the Lord deserves to be served at, all right. Then taking care of our own individual, situations. Some brothers got family, some brothers don't, etc. Dealing with the plantation, just dealing with Babylon, period, man. Paying bills, trying to balance your life and have some type of fun when you can, righteous fun through the spirit and power. How about Shema Shah? Like, this is so-called summer. A lot of brothers that do have families, try to do something, with their women and children, to the best of our ability. Don't want to sit around the whole summer not doing anything. And you just take all these situations, man, into consideration when it comes to that endurance, man. And remember, this is not a sprint, man. It's a marathon, and we gotta prepare our mind to endure. Keep on praying, keep on fasting, keep the works, and Lord willing, Yahweh Shema Shai will provide every brother and sister with proper balance, man. But this is Ecclesiastes, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So that's something that we're taught early on when we're coming into this thing, man. Coming into the truth, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. We got to prepare our soul to be tempted, man. All right, to prepare our soul to be tempted to go back into the world for whatever reason that may be. You start to realize, oh man, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding ain't all it's cracked up to be in relation to the persecution and the mocking and the scoffing that we receive from our people on a daily basis. Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make no haste in time of trouble. And we're doing that through the spirit right now, constantly enduring, constantly, feeding the Lord's sheep on a daily basis, despite our own lives or lack thereof. All right, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And again, that's what we're fighting for, man, to receive that incorruptible crown. Pay now so we don't have to pay later. So we're paying our dues of humility, repentance now. Lord willing, Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be with us during Jacob's trouble, and in the end, or should we say the beginning, it will receive a hefty reward, man. All right, 100-fold. Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take thee cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. And we're going even lower for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in relation to that persecution. But right now, man, forsaking the world, forsaking careers, families, etc., the Lord said these type of men are acceptable, to be called one of his, those men that do make these certain sacrifices. All right, but in relation to being in that lower state here, we're dealing with that now, man. Our people don't reverence us as men of the Lord. Matter of fact, they treat us like the exact opposite, man. So you take it cheerfully when we are brought to a low state. And again, we're doing that now and more to come, because the Lord has promised us, that he's going to raise us up when it's all said and done. In verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Yeah, man, strong men create good times, and weak men create hard times, man. All right. And likened unto gold that is, purified in fire, so shall, acceptable righteous men be likened unto gold tried in the furnace, man, of adversity. And that's what we're up against now, and that's what we'll be up against later, adversity. And that's what it's for, that hour of temptation, to try, the men that dwell upon the earth. And Lord willing, we be those men that maintain our frame, maintain integrity during those times of great adversity for us, not taking an MOTB and keeping our faith towards Yahweh Bahashim and Hawashai, man, because everyone else is going to get exposed and not going to be as fine. 2/3, they're going to be liking under damn plastic. All right. Burnt in the fire of adversity, especially the women that like to boast, I am woman, hear me roar. It's all good until it hits the fan. And when that adversity come, a lot of people are going to fold, man. They're going to fold. And that's why we have to just remember about endurance, man. All right, practicing, rehearsing the righteous acts, getting this rapport built up with Yahweh Hashem Al Shah, so that the Lord remembers us during this time of great tribulation and famine and destruction and earthquakes in diverse places, man. And people invading one another. All these things are to come, man. And it sounds like a far-fetched thing, especially when all you care about is going to work and being entertained afterwards, man. All right, but shit, it's gonna get out of hand, and it's gonna get out of hand real fast, man. If you are watching the so-called immigrants, so-called migrants, I mean, that's creating a huge chaos here in Babylon the Great. The people are getting fed up with the invaders receiving benefits, and people that have fought for this country are homeless, man. That's not going over too well with the people. And then plus just all the mess that is politics, modern politics. It's just a mess right now. And the people, they're starting to see, and it's creating a more and more friction each and every day, until eventually is gonna all just get out of control, man. There's these financial issues going on with people's banks. They're waking up, their money's not there. It's all, the prices on things are already too high. Insurance through the roof, mortgage rates through the roof. Everything is just up, including folly. And that's what they're holding on to, man. But eventually they're not going to be able to hide the realities of life with folly and entertainment, man. Eventually a prophecy is going to pass, and everyone's going to have hands on deck when it comes to fulfilling prophecy of all this chaos known as Jacob's trouble, man. People are pissed, all right, and they're not going to go for it, and they're just going to come, the enemy, make more draconian like laws, measures, change the times, all right, and laws. The Bible speaks on this man doing these things, man. He's just going to seek to change the times and laws, man, to fulfill his agenda, all right, which is a bunch of wickedness. All right, but in relation to that fine gold in Isaiah, or that was Sirach, but going to Isaiah 13 and verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right, going into these trying times, man, and again, the Lord trying acceptable men in that fire or that furnace of adversity, so much so that those certain men, the men of Yahweh Hashem Hawashah, are going to be likened unto fine gold, all right, compared to the rest of the men that'll be dwelling upon the earth, they're going to find themselves to be likened unto, again, plastic. And they're going to get burned up and melt, during that furnace of adversity, man, unlike these certain men of Yahweh Hashem Shai. So, especially the women, once they see that being a righteous man is something that's producing protection, it's going to be a desirable thing to want to be with a man of the Lord. They don't really see the power uh, in us now or on us now, but when it all hits the fan and somehow, some way, the Lord is protecting and providing for these certain men in their households, well, that's when that Isaiah 4:1 is going to come to pass. 7 women taking hold of one man, that complete number of women, seeing the benefits of serving the Lord. Okay. Then they're going to want to do all they can, to be called, by their brother's name. But for a lot of women, it'll be too late then, man. So, I mean, make no tarrying to come out of this wickedness, Israel. That's what we're teaching our people, to repent, come out of this way of thinking, which is absolutely destructive. All right, let's see. Let's go to 1 Peter. This is 1 Peter 4:12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you. Remember what we read in Sirach, that when we come into this thing, preparing for temptation. Same thing, man. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. So, I mean, as we grow, we should have read the accounts of Malachi Hawashai and the other prophets, and how they were received by their people. Not well. The majority of them not well. So much so that they put, a lot of the men of the Lord to death. All right, our own people. So don't think it strange concerning that this is not it's not all good serving Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. It will be, make no mistake about it. But I mean, the Lord does, deal with balance. We receive both good and evil from Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. That these are things that we ought to know, as men calling ourselves, servants of the Lord. We have to know how the Lord deals with us. All right. And a part of it is these fiery trials. Verse 13, but rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings. All right. That when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. And we got to remember, the servant is not greater than his master. If Yahweh had to suffer, certain things, then so shall we. But, if we do suffer with the Lord and forsake, certain things and situations, all right, then we receive a portion of the Lord's blessing. All right, be a part of his kingdom, receive those new bodies. All right. Verse 14, if ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. And the name of the Lord is dreadful, all right, unto the unbelievers. But we had the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. We boast in those names and we're happy, because of it. The wicked, they can't receive the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man. So you see that happening with these other camps that call us bums and etc. and don't like to hear the names Yahweh by Hashem and Yahweh Shai, because it's dreadful unto them, because they're truly, finding out that these men are probably wicked. All right. But on our part, the Lord is glorified. We glorify the name Yahweh Bahashim Al Shai, you see, and Lord willing, again, the Lord dealing with us during Jacob's trouble, and for these scoffers, amen, the Lord is going to mock when their calamity cometh. Okay. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 11. The fear of the Lord is honor and glory and gladness and a crown of rejoicing. So we got to remember, always fearing the Lord is the vital, most important thing. All right. Fearing the Lord also is the beginning of wisdom. Verse 12. The fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart and giveth joy and gladness and a long life. Verse 13. Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. All right. And that's important to understand also. And the persecution aspect of serving the Lord, being martyrs. Some of us brothers, might have to make that ultimate sacrifice for Malak Yahweh Shah and the brethren. But again, the issue is death belong to the Lord. There's no limit to how far or how short the Lord can take you being a martyr, man. It could not hurt, is what I'm saying. It could be the Lord can put you in a, right before it happens, just take your spirit out. There's no limit. The Lord can deliver you, but the whole point is we have to have that type of faith unto death, until we're faced, resisting, unto blood, man. All right. And Lord willing, we'll find favor in that day, man. All right, the day of adversity. And that's a part of that adversity, that at that level, a life or death situation, man. Verse 14, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. All right, so there it is. Fearing the Lord, is what gets us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to see prophecy, right? Read prophecy and understand it, break it down, and see where we're at in real time on the earth, man. These are gifts that's given to us by Yahweh Shema Shai. But again, it starts with fearing him. All right, then we'll start to attain these things and putting it all together, unlike the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and unlike these heathen nations that just don't want to admit the truth. It's not going to change anything, now, is it? This is Baruch 4 and verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh. We gotta be patient. We started endurance, patience, all go hand in hand. Patience and understanding why this wrath has come upon us. The reason why we're in our captivity to this very day. We have to remember we went off, so we have to suffer patiently. All right, that wrath. For thy enemy has persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck. So, hey, this is for all the scoffers and doubters concerning, this coming incarceration concerning our enemies, starting with Esau, Edom, as well as the rest of these heathen nations, man. All right, they're going to be persecuted, and we're going to see their destruction and their persecution, man. Okay. This is Baruch 4 and verse 26. My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Hey, the nation of Israel, that's us, man. All right, supposed to be delicate. Now we've gone all these rough ways, and because of the curses that the Lord put upon us, man. Verse 27, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. And that's starting with the Lord's remnant, that hopeful elect are remembering their power, remembering how we got into this situation by doing these things, studying to show ourselves approved, man, receiving that spirit, all right, receiving that fear, which provides us with that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to read and say, you know what, these are our people. Deuteronomy 28th chapter, these curses fit us. We got to be these people of the book, man. All right, not denying the power thereof and trying to change the words of Yahweh Shema Shah to fit our own agenda. Unlike that's what his 2/3 does, man. All right, but but just remembering how we got to this position, man, this low position. And that's a part of being a man in this truth, man, accepting a fact, reality. We went off, man. All right. We can't just serve the Lord the way we want to and deny, these things. 2/3. Hey, that's what they like to do. The ones that claim they're believers, etc., still calling upon, Jesus Christ. But see. Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. And again, starting with the hopeful elect, man, 2/3, they're gonna be wicked and until they receive their full judgment and punishment. So these good qualities is always talking about the Lord's hopeful elect, that remnant, man. All right. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction they shall seek me early. Again, those hopeful first fruits coming out of sin first, all right, before the rest of the nation, man. All right. Before it even got to the point that it's going to get during Jacob's trouble, the Lord's hopeful elect are acknowledging their offenses, man. Okay. And in our affliction, realizing that we're still in captivity to this day and we're being afflicted. Okay. We're seeking Yahweh Bahashim and Hawashai, before it be a very need to just do nothing but call upon the power in which you believe in, man, because that's all it's going to be. And of course, all that praying to these idols is going to come to naught. So people are going to maybe at first call upon the Muslim God and the, and I mean just all these other gods that they believe in, man. Jesus Christ, but they'll be calling upon these names early, but it's not gonna work. It's gonna come to naught, man. And then they're gonna remember and know that a prophet, was among them when they see these things and their gods that they're calling upon, which don't exist. I mean, has no power. All right, the only power is gonna be Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai in that day. Now, we know that to be true now, but the rest of the world is getting ready to see it as well. All right. Romans 8 and 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? So it's a question like who or what is going to separate us from the love of Hamashiach, man? All right, and that goes for that hopeful elect, that remnant. Tribulation, distress, all these things are coming. Persecution, famine, nakedness, all these things, man, both spiritually and physically, that nakedness. All right, pearl, and definitely the sword. We see that now more than ever, but especially during Jacob's trouble, all these things are going to be an issue, man. All right, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. And that's why the remnant love not our lives unto death, man. We don't love it here, unlike the 2/3. The 2/3 love it here. We understand that this ain't it, that this isn't our home, that this isn't our rest. So we desire change, and on the way that change is gonna come about is prophecy happening. Okay. uh Finish it out as a kill. Yep. In verse 37, nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. Verse 38, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, our Lord. And perfect way to end it off. with this lesson, hey, no matter what, hey, the scripture's going into it here. No matter the depth, the height, the creature, all right, principalities, persecution, famine, sword, is not going to be able to separate the true believers, all right, that were predestined to do so, all right, from the love of Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashai towards that hopeful elect. So again, just endurance, man. All right, it's almost over. We just got to keep on running, and balance. Balance is very important. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fair to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Shalom.